honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Tonight, we'll have the final 2 games of this kickoff weekend, and we begin with a great one here between the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Kicker Chris Boswell has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And some room to work. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Now a give to Mostert running right. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Off the play fake. Strong.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by the linebacker, Myles Jack. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick six, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Harris running straight ahead. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's another carry for Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that,
he's got a man complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he's going to be met at about the 43.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Here we go, here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
He'll get that out wide to Waddle.
And out of bounds right around the 20.
With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense?
Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he stopped immediately there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Now Pickett will look to pass it. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Play action. Pickett able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Off the play fake, here's Pickett.
That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Second down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. Pickett sets up play action.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became third and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. Third and long after the sack.
They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that, that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Pickett.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
They'll drop to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Emmanuel Ogbah now with his 2nd sack here on opening night.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Strong.
Open man downfield is Hill.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A nice completion there for the first down. Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, had his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Only needing 2 yards on second down.
Operating from the gun. Strong. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
To throw on third down. Strong. Under pressure, they got him again.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Pickett. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he will have the Steelers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 32. To the air on first down with Pickett. But it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. Picked off by Keon Crossett.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill.
It's the ex-Dolphin, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Pickett now on first down. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Second and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. From the gun, here's Pickett.
The quick slant caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown.
Chase Claypool.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Steelers are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 13-7.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
They're going deep for Hill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the turnover, it's Tua.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17. Into the red zone, 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. 9 yards that time.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. He gets it a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Chase Edmonds,
his first rushing touchdown of the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Pickett back to throw.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, You might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Here's Tua.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill, a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, Trubisky.
Out routed, he connects with Freiermuth.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Now Trubisky on first down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Noah Igbinoghene.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, and they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with the score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of those.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Dolphins are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Sanders on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. A little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Now a dump off here complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky.
Crossing route catch made by Johnson.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, doubles.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Let's go.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. They'll run right side with Mostert.
And down to the 36-yard line here.
108 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Brandon, I got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Trubisky's throw complete there to Johnson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down, but a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
That's another Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Now Trubisky to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Trubisky to throw again.
Right side, Claypool's got it.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
18. Move.
Now it's Trubisky. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Move.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky.
Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete.
That's another Steelers first down.
Now it's Trubisky. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter. A run there with Mostert as he'll push this forward and call it a 4-yard gain on first down.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. That one looks like he'll throw here. And going deep for Hill. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 55 yards.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
And that's on Austin Jackson, first-round pick in 2020.
Set. 52 blaster.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime.